Welcome back to the 2-Minute Warning. Again, on the topic of Florida Gators and their head coaching situation. Really a big day for college football. Gators get Billy Napier, as you can see from this tweet from Gators football, and also USC steals Lincoln Riley from Oklahoma. But today I'm here to talk about the Gators. Really going to be talking about what this means for the Gators. For any of you guys that watched my video about a week and a half ago about them firing Dan Mullen, I said this guy was the guy that I wanted, Billy Napier. There were several options out there, Ed Orgeron, Lane Kiffin, Stoops maybe, but this is the guy that I think was the best option, so I'm glad we did this. So that's what we'll be talking about today, as well as just, of course, mentioning the fact that the Gators did manage to beat FSU, which is big. So before we get into all of that, question of the day: being that now that the Gators are 6-6 and bowl eligible, who would you guys want to see them play in a bowl game? Comment down below, and at the end of the video, you'll hear my opinion. But let's get right into it. Florida Gators hired Billy Napier. Who is Billy Napier? Really a guy that has just put himself on the map recently. Not a high caliber guy like, say, Lane Kiffin, who's been in and out of the SEC, been to USC. Billy Napier is a guy that he's coaches for University of Louisiana, Ragin Cajuns. Coached there for 4 seasons, and in the last 3 consecutive years, he has had 10 wins, which is the first time that's ever happened in that school's history. They don't get a lot of 10-win seasons, and he's the guy that brings them to that team. They've been ranked. They're ranked right now, and this is a Sun Belt school, so he's doing a lot with a small school. He's as ESPN puts it, a tenacious recruiter, which is one of the main reasons why I think this guy's going to be great in Florida. We know that Dan Mullen struggled heavily with recruiting, which is one of the reasons why we were not a great team this year. And so that's going to be big, hopefully, for the Gators. In his tenure there at Lafayette, 31.9 is the team has averaged 31.9 points per game. So that's pretty impressive. He's coached underneath Nick Saban. He's coached underneath Dabo Swinney. So he has been coaching with some of the best coaches in college football. So he's got that experience. So this guy is he's great. He's, like I said, he's done a lot with a small school, and it was about time that he came out and got his big contract from the SEC, which is what he's doing. The details of the contract are not stated yet. So we'll have to wait and see in the coming days what the Gators are going to be paying him. And remember, we still owe Dan Mullen his $12 million. So we do have a situation there, but I'm sure Strickland in the athletic office can handle that. And then before we get deep into this, we can go ahead and look at the fact that, yes, the Gators beat FSU 24-21. My biggest takeaway from this game was that, man, I'm glad that AR-15 got in, because Emory Jones was struggling. Here at my cursor on the left, Emory Jones, 16 for 24, 163 yards, a touchdown, and 3 interceptions. They were just bad. They were bad interceptions. There's no excuses for them. He just struggled. So I'm glad Anthony Richardson came in and played good football, threw a key late touchdown pass, and the Gators come away with a 3-point win. The Swamp I was there. It was sold out. It was a great atmosphere. I'm glad that enough Florida fans came out and were willing to care enough about a 5-6 team like we were. So now we're bowl eligible. We beat the Seminoles. So we're in a good position there. And I did not realize until later in the week after Mullen was fired that he was given a choice to coach this game, and it obviously turned out better that he wasn't there. I think that gave us a little bit of an edge. So glad to see we won. But back on the topic of Napier. Again, I did say in the last video that I would like to see Lane Kiffin also equally as much as this guy. I guess I evidently decided this is the guy I want to see, but I was interested in the idea of Lane Kiffin. But the more I thought about it, the more I started leaning towards Napier. Lane Kiffin has been all around. He really did nothing for Tennessee when he was there in the SEC. So, and he's just not a good guy. He said questionable things about his Ole Miss team this year. Obviously, the Tennessee fans throwing stuff at him in Knoxville was not for good reason, I would say. But he did really leave Tennessee in a poor way and treated them poorly. So I think I'm definitely glad to have avoided Lane Kiffin, even though, yes, he's got coaching experience in very good situations in Alabama as a head coach in the SEC. I'm glad that we avoided that, because it seems to be like this guy's going to be a disaster or this guy's going to be good like he is right now at Ole Miss. So glad we avoided Lane Kiffin, and I'm glad we went with Napier. Again, his resume at Louisiana is impressive. is he going to be able to carry over and do that in a big situation like the SEC? I really hope so. Like I said, his qualities, his experience with Saban and Dabo at Clemson, Saban at Alabama and Dabo at Clemson, and his like I said, 10 wins in the last 3 years, and Louisiana does not get 10-win seasons very often. He's getting consecutive 3 in a row to have a ranked team. I just think this guy really knows about the small aspects of coaching, which is why he's able to get a low-profile team into the top 25, because he knows how to coach the right way, knows how to recruit, and that is what we need. That's what we need here in Gainesville, is a guy that can recruit good players. I know there's rumors going around, and I don't know how much truth there is to it, that Anthony Richardson wants to leave the school, and that scares me because that's going to leave Emory Jones to play another year here, and I don't want that. He is obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, I am thinking he's going to declare for the draft, but I honestly don't see him ending up somewhere in the NFL, and I'm imagining that he will be back next year, and I don't want him to be the starter, just because I just don't think he's going to be good enough to take us where we want to be. I think Napier will get the right guys here, and that might take time to show effect. Obviously, he's not going to come in first year and I shouldn't say obviously not, but probably not going to come in first year and recruit guys and get this team to the college football playoff. But that is the goal. Maybe in his second or third year we can expect that, and hopefully that's what we can see. But we're just going to wait and see. But I think Napier's the right hire. He like I said, he's done great things in a small school, and he's ready for the SEC in my opinion. He is going to stay and coach the conference championship game for his Ragin Cajuns. So I don't really know. Will he coach us in the bowl game? Whatever bowl game we get, the bottom of the barrel type of bowl game that we get, will he coach that? I hope so. But who knows? But like I said, this weekend he will obviously still be with his Ragin Cajuns. But that is really all I have to say about this. I'm happy about Napier. I know a little bit about him, in that he's great where he is now. So I'm hoping he can carry that over into the SEC. And back to the question of the day. I really don't know or care who the Gators play. I just hope it's someone that we can beat. Last year we ended up, if you look at our final record last year at 8-4, that really is poor compared to what I think our season really was. I think we had a good season, but to end it like we did, losing by 3 scores to Spencer Rattler in Oklahoma, I don't want that again. So I want the Gators to be able to finish 7-6. So just give us somebody that we can beat, guys.